Welcome to the new moon, today the 25th of June. But before we dive into the new moon, we have to go back to the past and look at the last quarter in Pisces. I have not talked a lot about some things, but it is necessary to bind everything together. And I have noticed that people don't really like the let go in order to grow videos, so I'll try and keep it short so we can go on to the summer solstice and the Cancer season with its Cancer new moon. So, Pisces energy, let go in order to grow, is a lot of times known for their self pitying behavior, that self victimizing behavior. But as their ruling planet, Neptune, is in Aries, we're not going to do that anymore. Because Aries has that warrior energy that I'm going to make it real by any means necessary. But of course, Neptune is going to move retrograde back into Pisces, and it's a wonderful time to rethink, re strategize, refocus, re-dream what it is that you want to make a reality. And as soon as Neptune fully enters Aries, won't come back into Pisces for another 215 years or something, we're going to remember Pisces energy like our niece Riri and our very creative cousin Tyler, the creator. Because when something comes at them, they will not hesitate to give it the front, the back, and a pat. What's wrong with you? We're not going to do that over here. It's kind of like that bullying energy, that bullying mentality, but something we need. Even though someone's like, oh, I did not think you would be capable of. Oh, I did not see you. Well, you saw wrong, you thought wrong, and you are wrong. Remember when we talked about the South Node in Libra, or when it left Libra because it's on 0 degrees? Just because something or someone else is like, oh, I never thought. Well, you thought wrong. Oh, I could never see. Well, you're not a predictor, apparently. But I don't like you, so you can skedaddle. Or I don't like the situation, so I can skedaddle and look for a better horizon where I can be myself. But I'd like to correlate this last quarter to Uranus entering Gemini too. Because, oh no, don't go off. Because we cannot leave Gemini season without talking about our favorite uncle, Kendrick, the biggest bully of all time. And it is necessary to start bullying people, especially as we're going into this new day and age of digitalization and people coming with all this innovation for humankind. Well, we don't want it. We don't want it to be a part of our unity. And that's okay, but let it be known. Because remember when I talked about Jared Leto? I just want him to cut his hair, throw it in an emo bang, and yell at me again. But no, he's a cult leader somewhere on an island in Syria or whatever. From yesterday. No, someone needs to bully the kid. Someone needs to bully the children that are on the island too, because that is not okay. That is not normal, and that is not the unity that we're wanting to be. That's not where we're going to. And it's so easy for people to be starting cults. Like there's this 14, 15, 16-year-old girl on TikTok, and when someone's like, I don't like this, or oh, should you be wearing that? It's like, leave our queen alone. What? I think like the first social media I've ever encountered was something called Hives. I've bullied people. I've had a questionable lifestyle, and other people were also in a questionable lifestyle but made it like their aesthetic, their online aesthetic. So I bullied them. You'll never see me with a cigarette on the internet. Well, my mom did when I was like 13, so that's when I stopped making pictures like that. Bully people. Bully yourself. Know better, do better. Either way. Sorry. Last quarter. But as the sun landed on 0 degrees in Cancer, 0 degrees, like I said, one of the world axis, 0 degrees of cardinal signs, world axis, start of summer, autumn, whatever. So it's not just the start of summer, it's like a prominent start of Cancer season, start of summer. It's a prominent time, and it's especially a prominent time this year around as it's in a conjunction with Jupiter in its exalted sign of Cancer. And yesterday, the 24th of June, I talked about this in the live, so let's not do it again. But the sun moves 1 degree a day. So it's in a conjunction with Jupiter for 7 glorious days. Note those 7 glorious days. What are you going to do with these wonderful, how are these days of influence to you? Just because it works for someone else doesn't mean it will work for you. Because I don't know if you read the description, but in the description I say 1/3 of your age mates, of your peers, has Jupiter in retrograde. They are the odd ones out. And just because it's working for them does not mean that it will be working for you. Because maybe they are odd and you are even. Maybe you are even and they are odd. Either way, you're not the same. So do whatever it is that works for you. Stop nurturing something for someone else. Like 1.5 hours ago, I was sitting on my balcony just listening to all them helicopters, which won't stop. But all of a sudden I heard, like, I have this neighbor, he's a little, and he threw glass at the children. I was like, not on my watch. So I stood there, called the police for like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and all the other parents came by, and I was like, these are not my children though. You had something else to do because the sun will get in your way and then you're... So I went inside and now it's too hot, so I took my top off. But focus on you, focus on your business, focus on your child, nurture it to fruition, towards growth. Of course I care about the children, but not like that. I also be chilling with my neighbor. He's 92 years old, but when I filmed this I put my phone on silent. I missed his phone call. I was like, if you were sooner then you could have been. But Saturn retrograde, Saturn return, people, I've been through it, so I can tell you. First rule of Saturn: just because you can do it does not mean you have to do it. Limit yourself, your capability. Limits. Okay, but wait. Sun entered 7 glorious days because 3 degrees in advance, exact degree 3 degrees afterwards. And as we start Cancer season, the moon rules Cancer, is in its exalted sign of Taurus on 0 degrees. 0 degrees, the full embodiment of that sign. So good, bad, ugly, evolved, everything. 0 degrees of that sign. The Aryan. We talked about this in the summer solstice video. That's why I don't... So the Aryan degree, how you express. Taurus don't like change. Fixed earth. Why would you change things? It's stable, it's nice, it works. But at some point it isn't practical anymore. So even though the moon is exalted in Taurus, like all those stable emotions and stuff can put their hand in the fire without twisting their face. But maybe twist your face and let it not be known, because it's not okay. You need to make some changes, you need to make some adjustments if you want to use that hand in the future. So like I say, don't be scared, be prepared. Always. At the end of the season, the moon ruler of Cancer season will be on 0 degrees of Cancer. So not just the full embodiment of Cancer, but also that world axis for everyone. And yeah, that's where emotionally we are going to start. Like I said in the summer solstice video, the radicalization of the cangrejo is coming. I like radical stuff, so let's go. Let me see. I'll get my glasses and popcorn. And maybe like duck. But yeah, on 0 degrees of Cancer, Cancer also doesn't like change, just wants to be the way it is. But you grew, and now you need to grow out of your shell. Action, reaction. Why am I doing this out of the top of my head? Because my thingies always look like this. But so we arrive at the new moon in Cancer, Cangrejo. On 4 degrees is the Cancerian degree. And Cancer, moon in Cancer, ruled by the moon in Cancer, new moon. In a conjunction with Jupiter too, on 3 degrees as the moon, sun on 4 degrees. So, you think you could do this, you could do that, but it's not your business, it's not your child. You need to focus on the things you need to focus on. Yesterday, Mars Day, what are you going to focus on? I remember someone told me, like, I keep focusing on war. And I was like, what aspect of the war? Like, yeah, she was, and the person was like, yeah, the many people that we've lost. And lost so that we could start and the catalyst for something new. You need to finish your thoughts. You need to finish your focus. Remember what I said with Jupiter does expand, but what do you want to expand? Neptune, making dreams a reality. But what is the reality? You need to make a point at the end of your sentence. You need to finish your sentences. I'm going to put that in a short. But be clear. Be duidelijk. Be helder. Be all those Dutch words. Be clear. And a lot of people are like, oh, but I've never had an example. The fact that you never had an example is not an excuse for you to be a mediocre copy of. Okay? So be your own example. Do you think mothers had an example before they started doing their own thing, before they became a mother? Even though they're like a mother of an 11-year-old and they have 5 children after that, they do not know how it is to be a mother of a 15-year-old yet until they are there. They do not know what it is like to be they do not know what it is like to be a mother of a 30-year-old Shmoane online. 30 years ago, when my mama was 30, she had 3 children. There was no internet, and she could not have imagined that, oh, like her daughter would be doing these things. How could she have prepared for this? And how can I prepare for my child that in 30 years may come at me like, I want to marry this robot? Talking about marrying robots, I could be like, oh, no, you. Well, look at the first episode of season 7 from Black Mirror. It was very interesting again, so I'm ready to debate again. That's kind of like my joie de vivre, no? Life source, my life fiber. But what is your life energy? What makes your, well, not your blood pump? What makes you say, I have to make my blood pump for this? This is what I have to get up for. Because as soon as you realize what it is, you can say, this is what I dedicate my heart to. Leo, in medical astrology, the ruler of the heart. Opposition, Aquarius, ruling the blood circulation. Again, feminine, inside, feeling like I have to achieve this, I have to nurture this. And then sometimes are like, oh, what can I look at astrology? If the moon is for women, the sun is for men. The sun is for men. Like I have said, I want to be a footballer. Them hopes, those dreams. Do something with it. Huh, sorry, it's a little hot. And I'm a little annoyed because a lot of times people can do some things for themselves, but it feels like I have to keep nurturing them into, like, care for your children. Yeah, like my neighbor threw glass at the children, right? But whatever. Re-strategize, re-dream, refocus. Ah, the anger in the heart. Did I talk about the anger in the heart? Patrice O'Neill, right? But anger in the heart, emotions. A lot of people say Cancer is so emotional. They're so emotions are not necessarily weak, and we've talked about emotion, not necessarily weeping or smiling. It's just like being moved, being shooked into reacting. Because my favorite Patrice O'Neill, you know what he said? Like, if I have a woman and there's another man that can make her emotional, react emotional, make her angry, I don't want her anymore. Because who is he to you that you're going to say, like, I'm going to raise my voice, I'm going to be shaking of it. Who is he? Who is he or they to you that you're going to say, I'm going to stay awake for this? Weirdo. Who are they for you to say? We need to bully them. Remember the Doja Cat? The Doja Cat with the t-shirt story. Someone's like, I'm your biggest fan. You don't even know her name. Amala. Sorry, but I don't like her. I just like the food and the hair oil. But you can't say you're someone's biggest fan, not even know their name. I would cuss you out on Twitter too. I would tell you stank too. But yeah, we need to be bullying people. We need to bully Jared Leto. We need to bully the t-shirt guy. We need to bully. Yeah. Don't take our MBs. Don't take our interest in all the stuff. Like, some people are better in the search engine operation things than other people. Like, that doesn't mean you have valuable information. I think I said what I wanted to say. No. I did not, because I did not give you the dates. So, a mother's being a mother for the first time around, yeah? Just like we are being a mother, a caregiver for our plans, our dreams, or I want to take the other whiteboards out, and I want to do it with like the birth chart of America. America's a Sagittarius, if I'm correct. And then we're going to see. I need to nurture that idea. And in order to nurture them ideas, you have to strategize. And sometimes things are going a little wrong, but luckily it's not like really motherhood, right? We have the time, the space, and now we need to put in the energy during these retrogrades to say, okay, this is the strategy, this is the dream, and we're going to pull it into reality. Because, the 26th of June, tomorrow, Neptune, that's not Neptune, Mercury will be entering Leo. We don't care. On the 4th of July, Venus will be entering Gemini. We also don't care. But on the 4th of July, Neptune will be starting to move retrograde. Will be starting to move. If I just say it quick enough, you will notice. But we'll be starting to move retrograde on 2 degrees in Aries. And Saturn will start on the 13th of July to move retrograde on 1 degree in Aries. Let me just talk about it immediately, because as they're going back to Pisces, it's not just that they're going over the world axis, like we're going to initiate these things, rethink what we're going to initiate. We're also going to rethink who we are, who we have become. Because 0 degrees world axis, beginning of the whole year and stuff, but also 29 degrees, the full expression of Pisces, but also the full expression of all your evolution, all your knowledge, all your in the zodiac belt year chart. In between the 4th of July, that happening, the 13th of July, that happening, on the 7th of July, Uranus will be entering Gemini. Uranus, dominant phrase, I evolve. It's all about evolution, inventions, humanitarianism. Ooh, love humanitarianism, and bring them all that technology and innovation in Gemini. Like spreads information, like information or gossip, and the social group and basic knowledge, and everywhere. We're going to bully everywhere. So don't think you're going to be safe on 4chan. We're going to find you on 4chan. Don't think you're going to be safe on Red Note. We're going to be finding you a Red Note. I be hearing all these weird stories about people doing things on Hinge. I'm gonna call you out. Like I said, I've done questionable things. I've made sure they're not online, and I've always said, if I would be without sin, I will be the first one to grab that stone and that's weird. Like Uranus is also weird, your own eccentricity, right? People throwing Bible verses and stuff, but makes me feel good, makes me feel empowered, so I'm gonna just do that. But you know what's weird and not going to be part of our unity and stuff? Jared Leto followers. I'm not a follower, I'm a... Jongens! Waar is dat toch goed voor? Nou. Godsamme gek. Hoe dan ook. Who we gonna bully? A bully. And on the 18th of July, Mercury will start moving retrograde in Leo on 15 degrees. Did I want to say we're going to... No, Dua Lipa is okay. Send me a list of people. And just know, you cannot get me. Apparently on TikTok, like an insult is saying like, oh, you should post it on Instagram Reels. Sweetheart, your auntie been on Instagram Reels. Do not underestimate me or you'll get